Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or are watching this channel for the very first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense, because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues and we try to find logical solutions. Unfortunately, not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I just want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I also want to let everybody know that the subscriber mode is currently on. So, what does that mean? That means that if you're not a subscriber, if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to subscribe. Okay. Now, what I'm going to ask, if you have not done so, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification, the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do prepare content, you will have the opportunity to either catch it live or catch it on the playback. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I also want to give a huge shout out to those who do allow me to enter into their devices. Now, as you can see by the thumbnail, tonight is open discussion night. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having discussion regarding random topics. And then you, the audience, will have an opportunity to chime in and express your point of view. Also, you will have the opportunity to join the panel once I drop the link. Need to discuss what is the following rules regarding the channel. Number one, please be respectful regarding me, anyone on the panel, or anyone on the chat. Okay? Because we are all individuals, we all need to be respected. Also, do not overtalk anybody on the panel. Okay? If I see people over talking, I'm going to ask them to please keep it brief, keep your remarks brief, so other people have an opportunity to speak. Okay. Also, this is for the people who wish to enter comments in the chat. If you use as your avatar male or female genitalia, you will be blocked. Okay? And the reason why for all this is that I am trying to provide a safe space for everyone to express their point of view. This is not a ratchet channel. This is not a channel for drama. If you're looking for ratchetness, there are literally millions of different channels out there where you could actually seek your heart's content regarding ratchetness and stupidity. Here, this is a safe space for everyone to share their point of view. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link. Okay. For anyone who wishes to join the panel. Just give me a moment. Hopefully there'll be other people that will that will join the stream later on. Some days can be hit or miss because Sunday night people may be going out, maybe going out to dinner, or they're catching up their football games and what have you. Okay. Um, we'll see what happens. Also, I do appreciate that after the stream, if you wish to make a comment about the stream, you're welcome to do so. Now, the first topic I'm going to be talking about is my community tab. Now, right now, if you were to go to my channel, you're going to see that now I have a community tab. Now, that means? That means that now I have the ability to share information on my YouTube channel. I might share points of view. I'm definitely going to share information regarding upcoming streams. Also, what I may do after discussing with other YouTube creators, mainly the smaller ones, I'm going to reach out to them if they wish to announce regarding a common stream on my community tab. I will allow them to do so. But before that, before I actually post any material, I will reach out to the YouTube creator and ask for their permission. Now, lately, YouTube has allowed small YouTube creators to have a community tab. Now, previously, in order to have a community tab, you needed to have 500 subscribers. Okay. But now, those who are very small YouTube creators can now have a community tab. I'm not too sure what is the criteria, but I think it has to do with the fact if you've been regularly loading content on your channel for a substantial period of time, what will happen is eventually you will have analytics regarding your audience, and in time, YouTube will enable you to have a community tab. Because before that, I was announcing on Instagram and on my social media. Now I have a community tab so I can air my points of view and share information regarding upcoming streams. Which brings me to my next topic, which is basically it's going to be a recap of last week's streams. Now, last week I actually did 4 streams. Okay, usually I do 3. But last week I decided to do 4. Now, on Monday, I did a stream called "How to Deal with Difficult Coworkers." Okay, and what I did was I discussed some of the strategies that you can use to deal with difficult coworkers. Because let's keep it 1,000. Not everyone that you work with is going to be pleasant, charming, sweet, and what have you. And sometimes you're going to deal with people that's going to push your buttons and get on your ever-blasted, ever-living nerve. So what I did was I shared some strategies regarding how to deal with difficult coworkers. So if you want to get some insight regarding how to deal with difficult coworkers, I would strongly suggest that you check my stream on Monday. And of course, the following night, I did a stream regarding how to deal with difficult superiors. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, you at times you're going to deal with difficult managers, you're going to deal with difficult supervisors, and what have you. So what I did was I also discussed strategies how to deal with difficult superiors. I have been very fortunate in the sense that I have not had to deal with a difficult supervisor or a difficult manager in my nearly 23 years working for the city of New York. Um, in the past, I have dealt with some difficult coworkers, and to be perfectly honest, sometimes I have to learn the hard way how to deal with those individuals. Okay, and one thing we must bear in mind is that when everything is said and done, we're all there to do our jobs. Okay, that's something we must bear in mind. Okay, we're not there to hang out. We're not there to socialize. We're there to do our work and make sure we come home and de-stress from all the craziness from the work environment. Then on Thursday, I did a stream regarding what makes a true friend. I also share some insights regarding what makes a true friend. And among some of the things that makes distinguishes between a true friend to a so-called friend or just an acquaintance is they're honest with you. Um, they will let you know their true impressions, their true feelings. They will let you know those areas of your life where you need to correct. Also, they'll let you know when you said or done something to upset them. Also, they will once they have a chance to calm down, have a discussion regarding that, and if you value their friendship, you'll you will take into consideration what they are saying. Okay, and I believe that it's better to have a few good friends than a whole bunch of acquaintances. Okay, and then those who are not able to accept your flaws, your limitations, those who are not able to accept you for what you are, they're not your friends. Okay. I'm sorry to say that, and but you know what? It's better to be truthful than to lie. Okay. And then yesterday, I did a stream recalling my mother. Yesterday was my mother's birthday. Gloria Negron would have been 89 years old. So what I did was I did a stream regarding my mom, regarding the type of person she was. To be honest, the values that I have, most of them I received from my mom. So my mother taught me many things. Among the things, I believe in God and believe in a relationship with Jesus Christ, uh, how I need to treat other people well and treat people the way I want to be treated. And my mother was a big motivation force, not just in my life, but in the lives of me and my siblings. And of course, I miss my mom every day, but I know she lives in my heart. Okay. So, that being said, I do see there are three people watching this stream. And I just want to say to those three people, thank you very much. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be discussing with you the strains for next week. Okay. So this week's schedule, this week's schedule is a little different. Okay. Um, so tomorrow night I will have a stream uh, regarding why I don't observe Halloween. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. The purpose of the stream for tomorrow is not to shame those that do. If you decide to observe Halloween, that's perfectly fine. What I would suggest is if you're going to do that, that you do observe it safely. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give you my personal reasons why I choose not to observe Halloween. It's not meant to be judgmental to those people who do. Okay. I say this: if you observe Halloween, that's perfectly fine. Okay. I'm not going to look down upon you because you do. What I do ask is you do respect my point of view. Just like I respect that you want to observe Halloween, please respect why I choose not to, because it is an individual choice that I make. I myself. Okay? Because here on this platform, we do respect other people's choices. Okay? What I'm just doing is I'm just giving you some of my rationale regarding why I don't. Okay, why Hossein Negron does not observe Halloween. And I'm gonna do and I'm gonna be live tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what I would do is I'll send out the usual notification on Instagram for the same people should they wish to participate in the stream. I will also post it on my community tab. Then on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I will be discussing what are the most common reasons people choose not to vote. Okay. And again, the whole point of this is not to shame those who choose not to vote. Okay. Everyone has a right to vote or not to vote. Just for your own personal information, I voted today because here in New York we have early voting. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be discussing the most common reasons why people choose not to vote, and some of them has to do with um, they don't see the value in voting. Some people that really don't know about the politics involved. Some people that don't know regarding the candidates. Okay. So on Thursday, I'm going to have another session of open discussion. So, of course, what I'll be doing on Thursday, I will be doing the same thing as I do tonight. I will be discussing random topics. Also, I will encourage the audience if they wish to me to discuss regarding any issue. Okay. So, at some point, I might not use the subscriber mode function. We'll just have to wait and see. The reason why I'm using that is to try to control the movement of the trolls, because unfortunately, trolls is a fact of life with every YouTube creator. Okay. Now, I want to let everybody know that I will not be doing a stream Friday night. The reason why that is the case is that Magic Mulata will be scheduled to have a stream regarding mixed people in the Latino community. It's going to be on, I think, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will be discussing it during the other streams this week. So what I'm going to ask all of you to do is to please show some love to Magic Mulata and air and show up for her stream. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about, hmm, immature YouTube participants. That's something that we have all have to deal with um, walking these YouTube streets. Is the fact that we have people who are very immature. Okay, unfortunately, we have people who have a problem with accepting other people's point of view. We have people who have a problem with people being reactionary to other people. And actually, we have seen this example on multiple occasions, on multiple platforms. We have seen this on my platform a couple of times. We also have seen this on other platforms where I was a participant, also on other platforms where I was not. People would, excuse me, people will argue left and right and how people make erroneous judgments. I'll give you a perfect example. Last week on Radical Latino Stream, there was an individual that came to the conclusion that all Latinos were racist and white supremacists. And the basis was listening to some racist Latinos. Now, I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Are there racist Latinos in the community? Yes, there are. But guess what, people? There are bad apples in every community, whether it be the Latino community, whether it be the Golden Sphere, whether it be the African American community, whether it be the LGBTQ plus community. In every community, you have people who give a poor representation of their fellow participant, of community members. So of course, I try to explain that to this individual. Unfortunately, this individual has drank the Kool-Aid that all Latinos are white supremacists. And then on another stream, um, actually more like a rant than anything else, um, I was compared to as being a white Latino. I'm going to try to explain this to the people who has two brain cells that have not deteriorated and turned to mush. Latinos, all Latinos, the culture consists of influences from Spain, the indigenous people, and from Africa. So therefore, Latinos, for the most part, are mixed people. Okay? And if you're going to talk about us, at least try to get some information regarding us. And don't lump us into all in the same category. Because look, and one thing we have to bear this in mind. Latinos from the Caribbean are different compared to Latinos from Central America, and they're different from Latinos from South America because we have different influences, we have different histories, okay? While some of us, okay, may have some similarities, one mainly Spanish. The fact of the matter is, we all have different histories, we all have different experiences. And it's similar to say, um, in the African American community, um, there are different experiences for those members of the African American community that was born and raised in the South compared to those who were raised in the Midwest, compared to those who were raised in the East Coast, compared to those who were raised in the West Coast, which is something we all should bear in mind. So, if you're going to discuss any group, whether it be the Golden Spear, whether it be Latinos, whether it be the LGBTQ plus community, whether it be the African American community, the very least you can do is try to learn something about us. And I see there's currently 5 people watching this stream and just 2 likes. I would appreciate it if we could increase the likes. So I'm going to ask that those who come in, please hit the like button. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything, but it does help with the algorithm. Now, the next thing I'm going to be discussing was the black man, everyone's scapegoat. Now, last night, the 18th letter had a very interesting stream regarding that topic. My cyber son has a YouTube channel called the 18th letter. So I'm going to ask that if you have not done so, please subscribe to his channel. Now, he did have a stream regarding that topic. And basically, what was discussed is the fact, unfortunately, for many people have a poor view regarding the African American male. You have a lot of people that say disparaging things regarding them. Okay. Not just from the racist people from different groups, but also regarding their female counterparts, how they speak terrible things regarding the African American males. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there males that are not responsible? Yes, they are. Okay. But there are many African American men who are responsible, who are go-getters. Um, they protect their families. They're there. They support their wives and their girlfriends. Okay. And part of the problem that exists regarding the African American males is that many of them are being raised by single parents, mostly women. Okay. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I am not trying to pose any shame or disregard regarding single parents. Okay. And I know for a fact there are single parents that are responsible. There are single parents that do a great job considering the fact that they don't have a husband or what have you. Okay. However, there are some that have done a crappy job with raising their children, and we have seen the results. We have seen the result how some African American men has become more feminine than masculine, and that's mainly due to the lack of a father figure. Okay, it was a interesting stream. We did had some people from the African American community join the stream. People like Kevin C. Sundown, along with the 18th letter, and also to intro Barikwa and myself happened to join the stream. It is a, let me just tell you, it is a long stream. It's about 6 hours long. So I would suggest that you spend like maybe 2 or 3 days to review it. And if you can, post a positive comment on the stream and show some love to the 18th letter. Okay. So and I was glad that I was able to learn also regarding the issues that the African American community is dealing with. And I see here we have a comment from Keisha. Okay. Good evening, Keisha. Okay. Hi, how you doing? I'm cooking dinner, but I wanted to say hello, and I just gave my love the love liking your shrink. Well, thank you very much for your support, and I just want to let everybody know that Keisha also has her YouTube channel called Wine and FaceTime. She airs every Saturday night around 8 o'clock, and she does discuss a lot of interesting issues. Some of the issues that she did discuss have to deal with um, her fitness goals. Also, she has dealt with some physical issues that she has dealt with. So I'm gonna ask that you please subscribe to her channel and check it out. I don't think she's gonna be doing a live stream um, this Saturday, but maybe the following Saturday. But if you want to be sure, please, when you do subscribe to her channel, hit set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever she does produce content, you will have the opportunity um, to check her content. And then she just confirming that she won't be on this Saturday night. Okay, which is perfect. Okay. Now also, please subscribe. Okay. Help. I'm asking, please help Keisha to get her first 100 subs. I think right now she has like 89, so she's like 11 away from getting 100. And I can tell you for past experiences, getting the first 100 subs, it's not the easiest thing in the world. But when you do arrive at that point, it is a major milestone. Okay. And I happen to say that I reached that milestone July 3rd. Okay. So now the next topic it's going to be okay. Okay. I don't understand. Okay. Well, I don't know what that means. I'll give Keisha. If you want, I'll give you a call this week just to see how you're doing. Um, so now the next thing we're going to be talking about when I'm going to be doing another stream in Spanish. Okay. That's going to be done Sunday, November the 16th. Okay. Now, I still need to discuss what's going to be the topic? Okay. 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 No, like I said before, I'll give you a call this sometime this week. I was just a little confused with one of your statements. That's all. But now, for the benefit of those of you who do not know, once a month or once every 2 months, I do a stream completely um, in Spanish. Okay, the reason why I do that because while I do have a small audience that's Spanish speaking, I have one nevertheless. So I will be thinking in the near future regarding what's going to be the topic. Okay. Now the reason why I do it once a month because unfortunately when I do a stream in Spanish, the audience is less because not everyone speaks Spanish. However, as a general rule, even though I'll do a stream in Spanish, if anyone enter a comment in the chat in English, I will, I will engage in English. It's no problem. Okay. So let me just say a few words en Spanish. Solamente quiero decir, a partir del 16 de noviembre, yo voy a tener mi próxima programación completamente en español. Para el beneficio que ellos que no saben, eh, una vez al mes o cada 2 meses, yo haga una programación completamente en español. Yo no han tomado un tema eh, por lo cual que yo voy a hablar. Eso yo voy a anunciar más o menos como 2 semanas de anticipación. Una de las cosas que cuando yo haga una programación completamente en español, que la audiencia es menos. Um, so I will be thinking about a topic, and once I do come up with a topic, what I will do is I will send the notification to those who I normally send on Instagram, and I also will post it on my community tab. Keisha, if you're still there, I just want to let you know that now I have a community tab. So if you like, what I can do is maybe in the future, whenever you do a stream regarding one on FaceTime, if it's okay with you, I'll post it on my community tab. So, but I will not do it without your permission first. Okay. Which brings me to the next topic. Now that I am in Discord, one thing I might plan to do before the end of the year is I might do a stream on Discord instead of StreamYard. I'm gonna need to reach out to some of the YouTube creators that are in Discord in regarding that um, platform because I'm still learning how to navigate through Discord. Now, for the benefit of those of you who do not know what Discord is another platform where you are able to have private discussion with other people who are in that platform. You can also share ideas. You can also have private chats. You can also even air programming from the Discord. So what I'm going to be doing, possibly for the month of November, I'm going to try to learn how to navigate using the Discord function. It's something that's interesting, something I have never done before, and And of course, one thing about me is that I am willing to learn. I am willing to learn how to do new things. Okay? Because you do have to adapt. Okay. So I'm going to be going into YouTube to learn how to StreamYard from Discord. And I see here we have another person in the chat. We have Don Armando. Okay, okay, Don Armando. I hope you're doing all what? I hope you're doing okay. Now, and also we have the presence from Reese from Philadelphia. Good evening, sir. Uh, First of all, I just want to let everybody know, for those of you who do not know, both Don Armando and Reese from Philadelphia have YouTube channels. And they have very interesting topics. So what I'm going to ask all of you to do, if you have not done so, please subscribe to these YouTube creators, hit the bell notification and all, and check out their material. And I see that Don Armando actually took his better half to see Black Adam. Okay, good. Maybe at some point, Don Armando, you can do a review regarding um, Black Adam. It'll be interesting. Okay. And oh, wait a minute, I almost forgot. Gigi is in the chat. Good evening. Thank you very much, Gigi, for stopping by. And I just want to let everybody know that Golden Goddess also has a YouTube channel, and she does speak a lot of interesting topics. So what I'm gonna ask all of you to do, if you have not done so, please subscribe to Golden Goddess's channel and check out his content. I think she did a stream, um, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. So, and of course, one thing that I have to say about Gigi, she is a staunch defender of the biracial and multiracial community. So I just want to say thank you very much. And also, we have the presence of Decolonize Alexis 94. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate all the love that you guys have given me. Okay, so right now we have 8 people in in watching the stream, and I just want to say thank you very much. Okay, you know what? If you're driving, please get to your destination safely. There'll be plenty of times um, for you to join the panel, once you have an opportunity to do so. So may you be granted traveling mercies to get to your destination safe and sound. So you're quite welcome, Gigi. You are quite welcome. Okay. I do appreciate your input. Okay. And I just wish that people wouldn't have any preconceived notions regarding certain people. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to be discussing is, before you know it, season 4 of Uncommon Sense will end, and then we're going to go into season 5. Now, the last 2 seasons, this previous season and this season now, I had devoted different themes. Um, Last season, the theme was Revenge of the Baby Boomers. Um, and the theme for this season is Separating Truth from Fiction. Okay? So, and the reason behind that, because unfortunately, here in these YouTube streets, we have to deal with a lot of friction. So sometimes trying to get to the truth is easier than trying to brush the ocean, um, you know, push back the ocean with a brush. So I'm gonna be developing a theme for season 5, and of course I'm gonna try to keep it original. Going to try to keep it pithy, try to keep it humorous. Okay. Um, and also, what I'm going to try to do um, when it comes to season 5, try to be a little bit more lighthearted because, the fact of the matter is, it's a time for serious discussions and it's a time just to act a little goofy. So, yes, let's follow Keisha's Keisha's advice. Let's get those likes up, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Now again, people, it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything to like. And you know what? You know what? This is the way I see it. When it comes to the haters, what these guys are doing is giving me free press. So it's like you gotta laugh at them sometimes, okay? And so and to be perfectly honest with some people, it seems like I'm living rent free. Okay. Now let me just put down the link. Should anyone wishes to join the panel, okay? Now one thing I need to learn how to do is how to pin the link, so therefore I don't have to keep posting it in the chat. That's something I'm gonna have to learn. So hopefully, maybe some of the people in my circle, which is a little bit more tech savvy than I am, can show me. Okay, now I see here there's another comment here, okay, which is the video you made about what is a true friend was for me. All my life, I had nothing but acquaintances and friends. I believe it's a gift to have a true friendship, honestly. Well, first of all, decolonize, I appreciate it that you enjoyed the stream. Okay. I'm sorry that more people have not reached out um, to see the stream. But the whole point is to show what's the difference between having a true friend as an acquaintance and a fake friend. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And when everything is said and done, I'm going to be the best version of me that I can be. Yeah. Thank you very much for your support, Gigi. Okay. All right. Take care, Keisha. Take care. Be safe out there. Okay. I mean, that's when everything is said and done. That's my goal. My goal is to be the best version of me. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang with those who hang with me. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. Okay. Now, I see. Okay. First of all, it looks like we have a troll. First of all, you're gonna have to cam up. Okay. If you're not gonna cam up, you're gonna be. Okay, now let me just share with disclaimer. The views of the guests who appear on the channel are not necessarily the views of our host. The channel Uncommon Sense with Jose Negro. Any intent to share or copy the content without consent of the host or the channel is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image on the channel. Some of the views with guests hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block. Now I'm gonna bring in.
Yeah.
How you doing, Amanda?
I'm so yeah. I was like, you know what? I was like, my whole goal sometimes is like, hey, I see sometimes that hey, you're doing your thing and everything like that. So I was like, okay, Don Jose needs to laugh. So here I am.
Well, it's funny. Speaking about laughter, I checked out the last stream that had um, hybrid
Sicker.
Vanguard, the vigor. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, the guy basically had a complete meltdown. And it seems like I'm living rent free in his poor, demented mind.
I mean, yeah, because I just went up and I checked out his channels, and you know, I could say I might have mental problems, but that guy got it deeply. So what? So with that said, I mean, like, okay, not for nothing, right? And there's a person that we both know, George Orr.
Yes.
All right, so my thing is that he was saying a lot of scandalous things towards George Orr, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is that okay, George Orr doesn't present himself as a guy that actually does the stuff that the guys was actually accusing him of. And me personally, I've talked to George Orr behind the scenes, on Facebook and everything like that, for that
Yes.
matter. And he doesn't present. And I know people that might be that they'll indulge in that or whatever. But me, I don't see him as that type of guy. If and he's just about his music and his dogs.
Yeah.
So why would this guy come out of his space to try to allege that George Orr actually partake in actions with with a certain community is beyond me. Because to my knowledge, George Orr is actually a cool supportive cat from what I've seen.
Yeah. I mean, look. I have not had a lot of experiences of interchange with Georgia, but you know what? The fact of the matter is, he's a very articulate young dude. He's very responsible. You know, he's a follow believer as as I am. I believe you are. And
Yeah,
the fact that people can talk about such individuals in such a way, and you know what? And I feel sad for hybrid, okay, because the man definitely does need mental health, okay, and the fact that he's going on and devoting whole streams, and actually he had a complete meltdown yesterday, and I mean yesterday. I would not wish that on anyone, not even my worst enemy. And the way he kept going on regarding me, regarding JoJo, regarding Magic Molata, regarding the future is golden. And let me tell you something. I have not had a lot of experiences dealing with these people, but they are great people.
yeah. And me personally, I'm like, okay, really. So you know what? Even though that, I guess that's his beef or whatever the case may be. I mean, that's what he does about this channel because apparently this guy, hater or not, you know, a person could be a hater and they could put out some good content. But it seems like all the haters and naysayers, the ones that actually talk about my content or me personally because of their preconceived notions, I look at their channels and it's pure crap. Sorry to say. I'm not talking like I am the best YouTube content creator at all because I'm just starting. But to a person that says that they're gonna put me on their channel just to talk about me and yada yada yada, I'm like, okay, you just told me two things. Either that person don't know what it means to be a mature man, and second of all, if you, these guys can talk about channels and stuff like that, but they only got 30 subs. So so I guess now that I'm in part of 2003 or whatever the case may be, so 203 subs or whatever. Hope it keeps growing. But my thing is that if um if a guy's making and devoting us a channel and having a complete meltdown talking about y'all, it might be just all for cap. But let's keep it honest.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it. Most of
yeah.
these YouTube creators, right? The ones that are scandalous and stuff, they'll go and they'll try to rouse people's feathers if they're talking about Kanye or the bum in the street that picks us behind or you know, let's just say Eric Adams, how he enunciate his words.
Hmm.
So if you actually look at certain stuff and anything of that matter, you have certain people who will put out very racist content and they'll be getting money and whatsoever because they're appealing to the white nationalist or whatever the case may be. And then you have certain people that they want to that they feel so happy that they feel so negative in life about if a person's a YouTube creator or somebody around a job or something like that, or maybe a particular ethnic group. They're like, okay, well since I'm a sappy dude, I'm just gonna go around and make some YouTube videos. So therefore I can feel better about myself, not knowing that they're actually making a donkey of themselves. A donkey of the week could actually turn into a donkey for years.
Hmm. Yeah. And look, and the fact of the matter is, okay, I know my platform is not the biggest in the world, okay, but one thing I do know, first of all, my channel is growing, okay. I have 172 subs. This year, I have gained 133, okay, and my viewers is going up again. Also, I have a community tab, so I have a way where I can announce regarding my upcoming streams, and I can also give you my point of view.
Right.
So so I'm doing something. I'm doing something right. And the thing is, all my content is content.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing negative about. I mean, there's nothing negative regarding all my content, and I discuss many topics. So
Right.
so obviously, I'm doing something right.
Yeah. And but the thing is though, I guess in these YouTube streets, negativity sells or it doesn't. I mean, the reason why I say it sells or it doesn't, it depends on how convincing the guy is who's spewing the negative stuff. Which some of my haters, they either have no videos, or if they do have videos, they're just talking about crap and falsehoods. The other part is like, I guess since I'm appearing in your stream, I might be targeted by this how should I say, by this golem, if I might just add, just to put it in fair words. So I might be targeted by this golem. But the thing is though, I've seen a whole bunch of people who were trying to make a video about me, or whatever the case may be. Like, let them. Because at the end of the day, you're making me more relevant. And if people see my channel, yeah, you could see if my channel is good or not. And to me, I'm being honest. I'm just really starting. So hopefully, if we get to the point that you and I, we can make money off of YouTube, whatever the case may be. I guess all my YouTube proceeds, depending on the viewership or something, I would try to at least go through my mom's dream once upon a time,
Hmm.
which is to at least open a school for children in the Dominican Republic.
Hmm.
So that way, by the, so that way, by the time that they grow up to be young men and women, they actually could actually defend themselves in the workforce in Dominican Republic and abroad. So my goal is to actually make a school for that, so therefore my people could get educated. Because if you see a rise in crime and everything like that, a lot of people are not talking about it, but it depends on the education. When you see more people being educated, there'll be less crime.
Hmm.
It's been proven.
Uh-huh. That's very true. Now I'll definitely by next year I'll have 4,000 hours that my content has been viewed. Okay, definitely.
Right.
The other part is, of course, the 1,000 subs. Now that's good. Now that's going to take. It's going to take me a while to reach 4,000 subs because, as you know, unfortunately, when it comes to serious YouTube creators, okay, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. So it's going to take a couple of years for me to make up, to reach that 1,000 sub goal. Unless I happen to like do a couple, really fantastic streams that brings in a huge number of subs. But
Or I could tell you what you can do. I don't know if they still meet up in Parkchester, but this is what I'm going to do. Whenever we have live streams or anything like that, and we get the playback, what I'll try to do is I'll promote your videos to certain individuals that I know on my Facebook, and you know, most of the times if I were to visit Parkchester, I know a lot of professionals, teachers, artists, etc., that be around the Parkchester area. So that would help too, because when you when you connect with intelligent people will always show you the love.
okay, well, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, one thing I do plan to do with my community tab, what I'm going to do is reach out to some of the other YouTube creators and see if they wish to like announce their streams on my platform to try to increase their audience. What I'm thinking about, for instance, is because people like the 18th letter and the introvert boricua because, as you we all know, to get the first 100 subs, that's the hardest thing to do. Okay,
I
and
mean, it depends because it's like I like with me, I could say that even though I wasn't so much a content creator, I mean, I've had like 100 subs for like I'll say like maybe 4 years, but I wasn't really that serious with my YouTube channel as I am now. So just to have another 100 added to my list is actually a miracle. So I guess my community is growing.
mhm, yeah, and the fact of the matter is, I do appreciate all the love and support that I've gotten, um, you know, in regards to the channel. Okay, have I made some mistakes along the way? Yes, some of them some serious mistakes, and some people took things the wrong way. I mean, I'm not trying to um, belittle the mistakes I made, but I'm human. Humans make
Yeah,
mistakes.
I mean, yeah, we do. But it's like to me, people can make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
But then if you have, but then the thing is though, if you're making mistakes and you're not learning from it, but yet you listening to how should I say either individuals that you think are have certain type of intelligence, but the fact is certain people don't. And the thing is though, I'm saying within this American society, I'm seeing a whole bunch of professional idiots. What I
Hmm.
mean by that is that you have certain people that they know that they have the master's degrees and bachelor's degrees, whatever, to make that they could actually affect policy wherever they're at, right?
Yes.
So between the Democrats and the Republicans, on both sides, you have professional idiots. They will
Hmm.
not compromise. They're they're actually aggressive and egotistical, as in maybe the 1980s and maybe early 1990s, when if you was a Republican or a Democrat, you might have had opposing views, but then you, at the end of the day, your compromise is that y'all respect each other. Now, half of these political ads that I've seen is like borderline, how shall I say, it's just borderline immature. And what I mean is borderline immature is you could go just talk about what this guy's policy is. Don't go and try to belittle your candidate living situation or whatever. Just count his stance on where he's at in politics. Don't try to make any personal attacks on the man because at the end of the day, this man has a family and you got a family. You don't want it if somebody was to make a personal attack against you. So I see it like on both sides, people either calling them crazy or trying to clown a man's living situation or something like that. So,
Hmm.
but the thing is though, in most of these political ads, they're not actually talking about the issues. And one issue I could actually say with everybody in the political spectrum is how can we get the dollar back to being king? Not Barack Obama, not Trump, and certainly not Biden
Hmm.
and Bush. They haven't really um addressed that. So me personally, if y'all want to talk about, if everybody wants to talk about economics and all this other stuff and raising taxes or what, or equality and stuff, there's a lot of problems that are not being addressed. But yet we have these politicians insulting each other, and then when one or the other party gets into power or whatever the case may be, their powers is even limited. Even if there was a president, their powers is limited because of people that don't want to put a compromise on anything. And that's my view on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you are aware regarding the 2008 presidential election when Barack Obama was campaigning against John McCain. Now, in
Right.
one of his rallies, I mean, he had to address one of his supporters that said negative things regarding Barack Obama, calling him uh, an Arab, a Muslim, and what have you. And then John McCain actually said to this person, "No, Barack Obama is a decent man. It's just that we disagree in what's best for the interests of our country." And
And that's why I liked John McCain, because certain people, they have this stuff about anything, but the man was was a Vietnam War vet, and and the thing is though, he was a very respectful man. But then, I guess because of party stuff and everything like that, everybody thought it was okay to try to shun that man during his funeral and stuff. When the man, when he actually ran and such, he was actually a from what I see, even though he lost, he was a very stand up guy.
mhm. And I think if it wasn't for the fact that he was competing against Barack Obama, I think he would have won. It's just that unfortunately he competed against someone like Barack Obama, who was younger, who was dynamic, and what have you. And the problem was a lot of people had a lot of expectations, particularly those in the African American community, and for many individuals, they were left disappointed because of the things that they believed that Barack Obama could have done but didn't do. But one thing we have to bear in mind is that when everything is said and done, the president is more of a figurehead. The president can go over the country and make speeches regarding what he wants done. When everything is said and done, whatever legislation that needs to be done, it has to be created in the House, and then it has to go to the Senate. And what happens is whatever bills or ideas that the president will have, it will get watered down or rejected completely. So what happens is once the bill goes to the president's desk to sign, it usually ends up a very cheap, a very weak, watered down version of the original legislation that he wanted. Perfect example was the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm going to be doing a stream this Wednesday, and the topic is going to be the common reasons why people don't vote. Okay.
I'll actually attend that.
Okay.
And and I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna try to at least, I'm gonna have a stream, not on the 11th, because the on the 11th of November, because that will be when my hip hop stream will try to come through. But I'm gonna try to make a stream for on the 10th, so at least I could talk to veterans and such like that, and I would just like to chop it up with them just to see what we can learn as a society from men that actually served in the armed forces.
Yeah, that would be an interesting stream. Okay, and let me make a disclaimer. The whole purpose of the stream is not to put down people who choose not to vote, but basically just to have a serious discussion regarding what are the common reasons that people don't vote. Okay, and for a lot of people, they don't see the value of voting. They don't see that their vote actually makes a difference. Now, I did have a stream regarding this earlier in the year, and basically what I said, there are some circumstances, mainly when it comes to like local offices and things of that nature, our vote can have an impact. Like if we're talking about um, the city council, if you're talking about community boards and things of that nature, our vote has a direct impact. But when it comes to things like the presidential election, when it comes to the Senate, to the House, to a certain extent, our influence is extremely limited due to the fact that in this country, um, presidents are chosen not by the popular vote, but by the electoral college.
Right.
In fact, you know what? I think at some point I'll probably do a stream regarding the electoral college. And the question would be, should we get rid of it? And then if we get rid of it, how we're going to select a process to select our leaders. Okay.
Right.
Because and I know there's lots of people who believe that the president should be selected based on the popular vote. Okay. So at some point, I'm going to do a stream. We're going to have a discussion. What I'm going to ask the people is, let's try to keep it civil and let's try to
Right.
engage. I don't want to go down, I don't want the situation when people get personal and they get into personal attacks and whatnot. And I see here we have the presence of Isabella de España. Buenas noches, ¿cómo está usted? Espero que está bien en esta noche. So, so one gonna be because I do recall that we had a stream regarding how to interact with our female co-workers. I don't know if you recall that stream and how
Yeah.
it went down. It went from having a serious discussion regarding how to deal with your female counterparts to a debate regarding personal identity.
Yeah. I distinctly remember that. I mean, like, I don't know how it did, but I'm like, wow. But anyway, I mean, at the end of the day, eh, I mean, it's fun. It's funny on on how on how much stuff that people in America has to deal with as far as anything. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay, let me just address this. Actually, good evening, future. Actually, the person that's on the avatar is Don Armando. It's just that he decided to do his impersonation of a YouTube creator, which is not exactly well like. But before we continue, I want to let everybody know that the future is golden also has a YouTube channel. She's very articulate. She's very intelligent. She discusses many issues pertaining to the golden spirit and other issues. So what I'm going to ask that people do is that if you have not done so, please subscribe to the Futures Golden channel and check out her content. Um, Donna Malno, Anything you wish to say?
Well, well, to everybody who's checking in on on Don Jose's channel, I got mad love and respect for y'all, and I followed each one of y'all. So hopefully, I'll get to see some of your streams in the playback, or if y'all actually doing live, because sometimes I'm gonna admit I work sometimes, and if I can be a YouTuber full time, I would. But at the same time, I love and I support everybody who's showing Don Jose love.
Okay. I just want to say, Isabela, me alegro que está bien y también que está velando ese stream porque yo creo que es como la 1 de la mañana allí en Inglaterra. Entonces, so the fact that you're watching the stream early in the morning, I just appreciate the love that you have towards me and towards my platform. And I do appreciate all the love that everyone has given me. I have been amazed. I'm humbled, and I'm just a small YouTube creator trying to be the best version of me.
Yeah.
But at some point, I do plan to do a stream, not from StreamYard, but from the Discord. But I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. Because I know that it's a little different when you do a stream from Discord. I've seen Magic done it a few times, and oh, by the way, um, just want to let everybody know that Magic Mulata has a stream Friday regarding mixed people with the Latino community. So please, if you can check it live or catch it on the playback, I will be there. Going, I have to show some support to Magic. She's been very gracious to me, coming up here a couple of times, and I actually have the opportunity to speak with her privately. Me alegro que está aquí, Isabella. So, but you know, I have never realized some of the brain damaged people that we have seen in these YouTube streets. That's something I find hilarious.
I mean, it's it's not actually, because if you're back, I'm just saying my I'm not living in the Bronx, easy damage people life, for example. When I used to, like, where I used to live, right, in the Bronx, used I'll say, like, okay, I was maybe my 30, right? So I used to walk around, you know, when I was, you know, going through my own trials and tribulations. So I was walking around around my blue one day. There was a man that was already known, and my thing is that he could tell he was something, because he argue with passing cars. So I don't know if he that the passing cars were talking to him, or something of that man, or he might have a mental condition where he thinks that, and then I might be talking to him. But every time I used to street or ride the bus, always used to catch a man cursing out, cursing at passing cars.
Mm-hmm.
First, when I was seeing, I used to actually think it was fun, but then to actually see that it's especially because certain people in quote unquote hood, we don't want mental health. And when you see somebody who is crazy or mentally challenged, 9 times out of 10, we just tend to laugh at that person or brush it off. But the thing is, though, nobody will try to talk about mental health. It's like under the rug or they not about it. And I've seen a lot of people who respects the mental health, the African American, Hispanic communities.
I think Don Armando's is having some technical difficulties. Don Armando, if you're still listening, what I'll do is I'll put in the link again. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can.
All right, I don't know what happened, but that was crazy.
Yeah. Do you want to repeat what you were trying to say? I got part of it, not all of it.
I was saying that when it comes to who are African American or Afro Caribbean or Hispanic, we
Hmm.
actually try to shun people with mental health issues and try to brush it under the rug or ridicule them.
Hmm.
When the fact is that if I'm just saying, like, if people were more educated about mental health, we'll actually try to help that person who has these mental issues become a better person.
Hmm. Yeah. That's the reason why I've devoted a considerable amount of time on my platform dealing with mental health issues because we do have people that dealing with mental health issues, and the problem is in our society, in our groups, we do tend to ridicule those who acknowledge the fact that they are going through some mental health issues, and almost shame those who try to get mental health, which is why I devoted a considerable amount of time on my platform regarding mental health issues. And if you take a look at some of these individuals that we have encountered here in these YouTube streets, they are in need of mental health. Okay, whether and it seems like they come out of the woodwork. I mean, if you take a look at some of these YouTube creators, you don't have to be a trained therapist to determine these issues have something going on in their lives. Okay, and there are numerous YouTube creators that fall into that category. The problem is you have to admit that you have a problem. And unfortunately, we have many people who have not gotten to that point where they can admit that they have a mental health issue, because that's the first step. The first step is to acknowledge that you have a problem, and then you are prepared to take actions to resolve those issues.
Yeah,
But you know, and we have seen many examples recently. I mean, particularly in some of these YouTube channels and some of these YouTube creators. All I can say is bless their hearts. I mean, because they really need some mental health.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the fact that you have individuals that talk about the same issue day in, day out. I mean, it could be Monday and they're talking about the same issue. It could be
right.
Tuesday and they're talking about the same. It could be Wednesday and it's the same issue. It's like that's all they can talk about. And unfortunately, with some people, it becomes an obsession. Okay, but
Yeah,
part maybe it be an act why they're constantly talking about the same thing to try to get views and whatnot.
right.
Well, I happen okay. Well, I happen to catch. How can I say this regarding a certain idiot that left New York to live in the DR?
Oh yeah, that person.
And when I saw, yeah, I mean, when I
Well,
saw his
person.
stream, I mean,
Well, persons. Because there's another guy that I think that he used to live in the Philadelphia area, and I think that person is in the DR as well. So certain
okay,
people are actually calling this, I guess, a self exile or whatever the case may be. So I don't know what's up with that, but I've heard from certain people. I don't know if they're trolls or if they're actual channels that they're actually that some people who are actually dissatisfied, I guess, with liberal politics in the United States. There and people who are either ethnic or were born in DR are actually exiling themselves to the Dominican Republic because they can't take the liberalism anymore. So
okay.
I've heard.
Well, well, look, let me tell you something. You can do that, but basically, what you're doing is you are trading the problems of the U.S. for the problems in the Dominican Republic. Now, don't get me wrong. The Dominican Republic is a beautiful country. I've been blessed to have been there twice. Okay, but we all know that there are issues in the Dominican Republic. There's been issues with the Dominican Republic for a long time. Part of it has to do with the fact that we cannot help to go over to the DR and think we know better than everybody else.
Right. And that's one thing I don't want to know to do because that'll be disrespectful towards not only to the people in Dominican Republic, but it'll be disrespectful towards my family who still lives in the Dominican Republic. So
Hmm.
that's why whenever I go to Dominican Republic, I just try to go there with respect. I don't try to show that I'm better than anybody. And I could tell you, which is which is the bottom line. I I I had to tell my mother one day when I was like 16 or 17, and this was 1999.
Hmm.
I was like, Mom, don't put no chains on me when I go to Dominican Republic. Please don't. And for that, I could actually say I never had my chain robbed in DR because I don't go with to Dominican Republic with chains. I don't try to I don't try to, how should I say, make myself flashy in the Dominican Republic. Even if I ever get famous, I do not want to go flashy or wear anything gold except my wedding ring in the Dominican Republic because the minute that you wear something flashy and you're not protected in a country that is not yours, 9 times out of 10 you will get robbed. I've seen it time and time again. Like for example, God rest in peace, my cousin, her husband. when we was in the Capitol. He was just standing there. The next thing you know, some of them boys who are up in who ride on the motorcycles, they ran up and they snatched his chain.
Hmm.
And he never left Dominican Republic ever, but they just went up and snatched his chain. So if they snatch his chain and he is a local of the Dominican Republic and never, I don't know if he ever traveled or has a passport, but if a guy doesn't have that much and he's pretty much a local in the Dominican Republic, and they went up and they stole his chain, what makes you think, unless if you have that special protection, that is not going to happen to you?
Hmm. Well, I happen to recall one time I had an uncle that no. Now, let me just make this particular clear. I'm not trying to put all Dominican women in a bad light. I'm just giving one example. Okay.
Right. I understand because you're the most respectful person I know.
I know, but you know what? Even though I say that, sometimes people get offended. Okay. So that's the reason.
Yeah, and it's funny, but at the same time, you have certain people who live in a hypocritical world. So, please say what you were saying, Don Jose.
Okay. I had an uncle that married a Dominican lady. And obviously, she went to live with my uncle. So one day, my uncle came home from work and he found his apartment was completely empty out. All the furniture, everything was removed from the apartment. And what he found out that my aunt, his wife, took everything and shipped it to the Dominican Republic. Okay. And my uncle, bless his heart, was very upset that he tried to go to the DR to have a confrontation with my aunt.
Right.
First of all, that's a big mistake in all so many ways. Okay, first of all, because you're going to another country and you're gonna might be doing something that's possibly illegal. And one thing I will say about Dominicans, they will stand up with they will support each other. Okay, if I'm wrong, Don Armando, please correct me.
I mean, you have to look at the time frame of when it happened. If it happened like the 1970s, 1980s, yes. Nowadays, it's a little bit different because it's actually now ignorance versus how should I say, reason, and it's like a whole bunch of societal things that are actually happening in the Dominican Republic now. Because I actually talk to people, so you have like a lot of ideological differences now, as of like maybe from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, so
Hmm.
much. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
like,
You know what? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can see your point. But it's okay. Yeah, okay. Let me put. Okay. It's kind of okay. It's kind of like, and I'm going to use this analogy. Someone has a beef with me. Okay.
yeah,
And then they say they're never going to appear on my platform.
right,
Lo and behold, they're in the backstage trying to get on the platform. And I
right,
have and I have people who support me on the panel.
right.
Does that make any sense? You're gonna
No,
go, you're gonna try to go on my platform and confront me, knowing that I determine who gets on and who does not. and I had no stop
Exactly.
with me.
Hmm.
But it actually happened one time.
I remember.
Okay. It
Now, but okay, but what ended up happening with that situation with your uncle when he went to Dominican Republic?
I think eventually he just went back home and just didn't pursue the man any further, which I'm glad because it could have been a real messy situation
Right.
for my uncle.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like you're going to another country. You're gonna have a confrontation with someone. Okay, it's kind of like someone like one of your detractors trying to get onto your platform, and your supporters are there. If you catch my meaning.
That's why I believe that some of these guys are just very foolhardy because they're going on another platform where they think they're supported. But if they were to see my platform or if it rise or anything like that, they will not go because they know that the stuff that they pull on other people's platforms is not going to be supported here.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But we have seen one individual who tried, and I
Go ahead.
repeat, tried.
I know.
The person was removed.
Right.
So now, mind you, he said he was never going to be on my platform. Never. Okay. So we have people, you know, I have haters, and you know what? Bless their hearts.
Right.
But I gotta admit, that day was one of my most funniest streams I have ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but the crazy part, it was discussed the night before.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, I mean, unfortunately, you have certain YouTube creators who definitely, instead of spending their time and energies doing reaction videos with beefs regarding people that they have never met, which they know
Yeah. I
most.
it's like well me. If I would do a reaction video because there is a song from the 1930s. Um, it's called "Till the Cows Come Home,"
Mhm.
and let's just say that it's the most foul language song ever. So it's been make so a lot of people have been making a lot of reaction video on Twitter and TikTok or whatever the case may be,
Mhm.
and just to hear that song is like okay, it's just shocking to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess this song, right? It breaks our preconceived notion that there wasn't curse word songs with foul language in the 1930s till 1950s, right?
Mhm.
And like I don't know about your age group, but my age group, they was like, oh well, back in the day, we didn't listen to all this foul music, and now it just turning into light that everybody had foul music.
Mhm.
And that's why it's shocking to people. I guess the Generation X and the millennials and the Z's. It's just shocking to us because we're like, hold up, they had that back in our generation, in that generation. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, there's a saying, there's nothing new underneath the sun. I mean, what's the difference is that now we have social media. So that means everybody sees it 10 million times. I mean, and some people put in the most craziest crap, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Snapchat, whether it be on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and every conceivable um, form of social media. And of course, you have people who treat YouTube as Tinder or Bumble.
Right. A quick thing, and it pertains to all of us. And I have to announce
Hmm.
this to everybody on your platform. If you
Yes.
have Cash App, there are hackers allegedly, even though this is the land where my parents came from the Dominican Republic, who are actually hacking into American and Canadian and European bank accounts through Cash App. So it's been going on, and I had a friend that tried to send money toward to his daughter, and he got $600 taken from him. And my friend's daughter had $800 taken from her this last Thursday. So it looks like that this hacking or breach of security in Cash App have been affecting a lot of people in the United States. So I just wanted to post awareness about that. So if anything happens like that to you, you could actually call the Better Business Bureau, or I guess try to have your banks safeguard you during hack this breach of security within Cash App for the people that actually
Hmm.
do business with Cash App. So I just had to put that out.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. Speaking about Cash App, I had a Cash App for about a year. Now,
Yeah.
I have not received one donation. Now, the fact of the matter is people that don't have to donate, okay? I mean, the main thing is hit the like button and subscribe.
Right. I
Okay.
mean, I'll say one of my donations was actually Kevin C. So I thank him for it. So I had to warn him about the Cash App breach of security also, since he's in
Hmm.
Honduras and everything. So therefore he could actually be abreast of what's going on here in the United States.
Hmm. Okay. It's crazy that we're living in a day and age where, you know, our personal identity and what have you can be hacked and what have you. I mean, it's scary when you think about it because we are into all these platforms and we use all these apps and whatnot. So I think what we need to do is we need to constantly monitor our apps and our bank accounts to make sure that if anything, any type of activity that does not look kosher, to uh, report it to the proper authorities.
Yes.
So, uh, I just want to let everybody know if the link is there. If you wish to join the panel, okay. Also, if you want to make any more comments, you can do so. I just want to remind people the three rules. Number one, don't don't be disrespectful to anyone on the panel or on the chat. Number two, don't overtalk anyone that's on the panel. And number three, if you're going to use as your avatar a part of private um, genitalia,
Yo,
you're going to be
yo,
blocked.
yo, yo, I did remember that day. Yo, I did remember that day for real. It was I guess they didn't even come here. I think they just actually was on the chat and they actually had an avatar of genitalia. And
Yeah.
what was it yours or was it Kaichel's um stream that was
No,
on?
no, it was mine.
Oh yeah, that was that was very uncalled for to tell you the truth.
Yeah, because you took it just as easily taking down the stream or taking any action against me.
Right.
But you know what? I hate to say this, but this is not the first time that it happened. I
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm
remember,
shocked.
no, I mean, actually, I'm trying to think. I think it was last year on Latin explaining regarding the crisis in Cuba. Denise was mentioning the plight of the people over there, and
Right.
then you have a person under the name of Orlando Rican actually showed some male genitalia on his avatar.
What?
Yes,
Yo, that is out of pocket for real, man.
yes. Don't take my word for it. If you don't believe me, you can approach
I believe.
Denise. She'll tell you.
I believe you. I'm like, yo. One thing that I could actually say about acting, explaining, and you're actually believable. So my thing is that okay? I'm like, what are you getting with showing genitalia in general to certain people that certain people that are not talking about that aspect of the chat, right? That's one thing.
Mhm.
And the other thing, I could understand if it was a freaky chat or whatever you have on YouTube and you do that, or you're just trying to do that so therefore that person's stream could get taken down. I think that's another aspect of it.
Yeah, because unfortunately, you have certain individuals that they get satisfaction, some sick satisfaction doing stuff like that, and they do it for shock value.
Yeah, reminds me of certain people.
Yeah. Okay. But like I said before, unfortunately, you have certain people that all you can say is bless their hearts
Right.
because it's like it's like when people say it's like people say you're not who you say you are. I mean, basically, the only thing I can see the benefit that you get, and you actually go on saying, I, you know, making it a gotcha moment. But other than that, what's the whole point?
The whole
Um,
point is to me, this is one thing I have to say just to interject. I think the whole point is that me saying on who I am and everything like that is like breaking the lies that they're telling people, right? So when you telling a lie or a personal point of view which is not accurate to people, and then you have somebody that comes around the status quo. that does not fit culturally or what you were actually saying or doing or whatsoever the case may be. Instead of you trying to talk with reason and everything like that on who you are and such, the next thing you know, they want to accuse you. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to go and insult you just because you don't fit their preconceived notions or narratives. And then at the end of the day, you have to go and argue with these idiots and then trying to prove to them who you are. At the end of the day, I'm not going to prove what I am to anybody or anything because people will, oh, you doing this too much. And then when you try to say who you are, it's like, oh yeah, you're doing too much. So I'm like, you know what? I say who I am. Y'all accept it, y'all don't. At the end of the day, I don't care. You're not paying me. And mostly half the people who are actually telling me who I'm not, they don't have they don't have a good platform. And if they even have a platform, it's not different stuff that they're trying to do. Is always about the same thing. And then 9 times out of 10, they don't even have great communication skills. And they
Mhm.
actually are envious of other content creators like Xtina who actually have good content. So my thing is that you want to go and talk to people who really have no lives, or they just stay in their neighborhood, or the only place that they go is to Dominican Republic and back. You don't see them go to California or any other place, but yet they want to act like they're an advocate of their neighborhood. But then when you ask people where they're from and within their neighborhood, if you ever heard of them, 9 times out of 10 they say they're nobody.
Mhm. And of course, we have one person that constantly going on the same crap about, oh, the battle is going on for the hot, sexy ass Latinas. And this is talking about a person that does not speak one word of Spanish,
Uh,
if you catch my meaning.
oh yeah, that person. I mean, to me, it's like okay, it's I guess several content creators or whatsoever the case may be that tries to I even have there's somebody that made a fake account of me trying to diss me or whatever the case may be, stealing my avatars or whatever, but they can never really get it right. They
Hmm.
actually do this only on Fighters channel. I don't see them doing it on Radical or anything. So they're like, oh yeah, just two of y'all. Actually, it's not. There's only one of me. There's only one impersonation.
Well, believe me, I have trolls as well that will say that they're me. Okay, the big difference is they will say my name, but actually, if you take a look at my avatar, it says "Uncommon Sense" with Jose Negro.
Right.
But the reality is this: I mean, look, you have people who spent their days living in their mother's garage or their closet or whatever, and they spend hours and hours and hours talking the same talking point and never changes. And it's like, and when you think about it, it is extremely sad because they do not have lives. All they do is they spend their time talking about Mr. BBC and the sick ass Latinas.
Really. I mean, okay, my thing is this. If you talking about, you know, the sexy Latinas, well, guess what? I got a sexy Latina that I see every day when I wake up, and that's my wife. So The guy's talking about, yeah, the sexy Latinas. Well, okay, well, guess what? You need to go get your wife. Get you a wife. Until then, we don't want to hear about how a guy is getting a sexy Latina and everything like that. If you're not putting in the effort, I mean, like, it's just the purest form of being a simp. I mean, come on. You got some guys like, yeah, this guy is a degenerate because they actually go and have fun in the Dominican Republic with women. Okay, so who the heck they're supposed to have a fun with? Your moms? So it's just a whole bunch of things that it's just funny on how half these supposedly moral people will actually try to act like they have that they're a person that stands on their morals. When the fact is, they have no morals at all.
Hmm.
And one thing
Yeah.
I could actually say, what I actually say, if a person who could say that they took my card away or whatever, is that person is an all out degenerate. And this is why I say, not only you run up and get at me with the same rhetoric, you want to radical. And then on top of it, I was talking to Denise one day, you went at her. And then went at on Melanated Night because of that. So my thing is that you're that person is quick to call a person a degenerate just for having his living his best life in Dominican Republic, and he happens to meet a woman. So he calls that person a degenerate. But yeah, he does degenerate actions on YouTube. Where does that fit in? So I see the hypocrisy in some of these content creators.
Yeah. And let's keep it real. When you have certain people that talk about, oh, there's no such thing as black and brown unity, and then next thing you know it, they're marrying outside the community, and they have family members who live marrying outside the community. Okay, and then you have one person who swear up and down that Latinos are white supremacists and are racist. When you had as a male parental figure a Latino who did a responsible job, and then you come up with that nonsense. I mean, talking about massive stupidity. Okay, it looks like Don Armando is having some technical issues. Don Armando, if you're able, the link is there. If you wish to join the panel, I know. Okay, sometimes StreamYard acts a little whatever. Let's see if I can. Okay. Ugh.
Yeah, I ended up I was trying to talk my part while he.
Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be.
All right, I'm back.
Let's see.
Yeah, I went there and I tried to talk my
Okay,
point.
Don Armando.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, when I
Okay.
went there and I tried to talk to my point in the
Oh
back channel, he
boy.
said he didn't want to
Wait.
hear it. So I actually
Let's
went
try
up
this
and
again.
all right, you there?
My computer. Ugh. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like my computer is freezing up.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, well, I think I'm back.
All right. Let's see. Don Armando, are you there?
Yes. You hear me, Don Jose?
Oh boy. Okay, Don Armando, are you there?
Um, yeah, I had to cut. You had to cut off because I didn't want to have a copyright strike against you because there was music blasting in the background.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. I think, let's see if we can bring in. Okay. I apologize, sisters. Unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties. Ugh, okay. Okay. Good evening. Oops. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. ¿Cómo está?
Hello.
Hello? Can hear you can hear me?
Can anyone hear me?
Hello? You can hear me?
Boy, this computer. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? I'm about to get
Hello.
on my laptop. I'm about to get on my laptop to on this.
Oh boy. Can, okay.
Hello?
Okay. Hello? Hello? Oh my Lord.
All right, I'm here. Okay, I'm here. All right. Well, I,
Hello?
here. Okay, I'm here.
Hello? Hello?
All right, I'm here. Don Jose. Are you here? All right, I hear you, Don Jose.
Hello?
Hey, I'm here.
Can anyone hear me?
I hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I apologize. It's just I'm having some technical difficulties.
All right, I understand.
Yeah, because oh boy. Well, unfortunately, things like this do happen at times. Okay,
Yeah.
let me just. Okay, I'm gonna try to put down the. Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to acknowledge the fact that Magic is in the chat, and I just want to let people know that she also has a YouTube channel, and I just want to let everybody know that if you're not done so, please subscribe to her channel. Okay. Right now, I'm just trying to put the.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, now
Shop.
I'm trying to just put down the link. Yeah. I mean, look, at times you have to laugh, though. You have to laugh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, but the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, like I said before, we have certain individuals that, that unfortunately they populate these YouTube streets, and they. Okay. To see if I can. Okay. So, oh boy, this is going to be one of those nights. At some point, I'll probably just laugh this off.
Yeah.
It's a little embarrassing when you're trying to conduct a stream, and okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I do hear you, sir.
Okay, okay. All right. I think the link is back on the chat. If anyone wants to hop on the panel, I would, it'll be great. But unfortunately, this is what happens when you're at the mercy of you know, you know, crappy Wi-Fi or crappy equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Magic. Unfortunately, at times, StreamYard gets a little crazy, which is one of the reasons why I'm thinking about trying to do a stream from the Discord. Now I don't know. I'm gonna have to learn how to do that because I do know that Magic does do streams from the Discord.
I mean, I would like to learn how to do that as well, and as from Twitch also.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Ramon.
Hey, Armando, Don Jose. I mean, can you guys hear me? Okay, because
Yeah, we.
yeah, I was talking earlier and you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, but uh-huh.
yeah. Well, tonight we're having open discussion.
Okay.
So we're just talking about other platforms, and I see here the metric says there are other free streaming platforms out there. Okay, fine. Maybe one day I can talk to you in the background in private regarding those other platforms when I can do live streams. So Ramon, what's on your mind?
No. I was trying to reach you, and I sent you a message that if it really wasn't working for you tonight, that we could have continued this on my channel. I mean, I
Yeah,
was just kind of like trying to be of assistance on that because it's just that sometimes it doesn't want to work for you, and it starts to get difficult, and it's kind of like, come on, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you struggling with it.
yeah.
That's why I was like, come on, let's get to my channel, then we can continue there because I
Well,
will. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I just want to say that I have my own community tab now.
That's good. That's good. Did you follow the steps? Well, what I sent you?
No, actually, I received notification from YouTube stating that I have the ability now.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right.
I got.
All
I
right.
think I got the ability now too.
Nah, that's good. That's good. No, but for me, it was like, I mean, I had to send a message for it, but it didn't. Nothing had happened for several weeks. But if you didn't have to do that, then great. That's good.
Uh, I think it had to do with the fact that I have like a lot of content and also have a
Hmm.
lot of hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that could have been it. Maybe they are not having that requirement, that subscription requirement. It seems that they're not having that anymore. So then that's all right. That's all right. That's good.
Yes.
Hmm.
So so I've been using my community tab to to share my points of view and to let people know regarding my upcoming streams. But you know what? It seems like with one person, I seem to be living rent free in their poor, demented mind.
Yeah.
What was that with one person? It seems that what
That
was
this one
that?
person that person's obsessed with me.
Okay, which person? I didn't hear from the beginning. Sorry about that. So,
Okay,
uh,
well he goes by the name Hybrid Hannibal
Hannibal Vigor.
Vigor.
oh, well, that's just trolling. That's just trolling. Usually somebody who maybe doesn't have the subscription, the amount of audience members that you have. Um, there are people that just want to troll for attention, and don't feed them attention. Don't bring them out. Like, just block
No,
them, whatever. Don't feed them attention because there is a certain fake Panamanian that is always having some shit to say about me, even though I never talk about him because the dude is just not important to me. But he's always having something to say. All
yeah.
right.
Well, unfortunately, oops, looks like we just lost Don Armando. Unfortunately, we have certain individuals that, you know, let's us say, bless their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all you can say about these individuals. And one of
Yeah.
the things I did discuss that you have certain people that that appear on these YouTube streets, and they tend to act up, and sometimes it's for attention and what have you. And the best thing to do is just like you said, just ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, but
Man,
I'm
I
happy that I. But I'm happy that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that I almost didn't log on at all because the of last night's stream, that was a doozy. I mean, that was a
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
one.
That was a good 6 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
After
surprised they.
you yeah, after you logged off, we stayed there for like a couple of more hours. Uh, yeah, it was well into the wee hours of the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to hop off
Yeah.
because
So it
because
seems
I
like
have
we're
to
all
because I
having
have
some
to.
technical difficulties tonight.
Yeah, I know, but
Hmm.
I'm about to hop off and everything like that because I got work tomorrow. But it was nice talking to you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, you too. You
It
too.
was
Well,
nice.
we'll see you soon. Hmm.
It was nice. It was nice having you. So take care.
All right.
Okay. And before I forget, I just want to let everybody know that the Introvert Boricua also has a YouTube channel. So I'm gonna ask if you have not done so, please subscribe to his channel and check out his content. Now, Ramon, when are you doing another live stream?
Well, actually, I was thinking about doing that during this evening, but you are on, so I figured that maybe I will have to, because I couldn't do one last night because Rakim was doing his thing, and I wanted to be supportive because he doesn't go online, he doesn't do streams that often, so I wanted to be supportive, and I didn't do my own stream, and now you are doing your own stream, so I guess I'm gonna have to push back mine. So I'm thinking about maybe if during the day there is something happening that piques my interest, then I might do a little something tomorrow evening. But let's hope that maybe Denise doesn't have to do a stream or
Well,
or
I'm gonna be
radical.
perfect. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm gonna be doing another stream tomorrow night, and I think Denise is as well.
Oh, I see. I see. All right. All right. Now I just have to plan it better.
Well, actually, the topic for tonight on my stream is why I don't observe Halloween.
Oh, okay. No. But the thing when it comes to the whole Halloween thing, I don't care about it. I was never taking trick or treating when I was a kid. It didn't happen for me. It happened in my old neighborhood, but after a few years, it just wasn't safe to go around late at night trick or treating. So that just wasn't a thing for me.
Yeah. I was just having some technical difficulties. Sometimes StreamYard acts a little jinky. I mean,
Hmm.
I know Radical was having some technical difficulties during his last stream last week. So
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, of course, I would like to learn about other alternatives when it comes to streaming. So one can use, especially when it comes to the to being able to have panelists, because there are different ways to do that. When I was using at first, I wanted to use OBS because I wanted to use something different. But the thing with OBS is that you have to have a different application for people being able to call in. And one of the alternatives that it can work with is it will be the old um what was it called? The old Skype that a lot of people don't use that anymore. So I will have to look into if there is something more modern and more up to date that can be used along with OBS. Even though The Stringer,
Well,
at least on my end, Stringer is no. It hasn't been working too bad. It hasn't been doing too bad. I think it has to do with. I don't mean you. I don't mean you, but it may have something to do with people's devices because there is another content creator that I like to watch, but the thing is that she's doing better now, but for some time she will be doing these stream yards and she will be saying what she was saying, but there was all this static, a lot of static in her audio, and she will be breaking up a lot. It will be difficult to understand, and I will be sending her messages like, look, I can't understand what you're saying, you're breaking up, you have a lot of static. And eventually she did something about it, but so that they don't, certain content creators don't catch on to what's going on.
yeah, that is, that is very true. Okay. That is very true. Okay. Now, actually, there's a person named Magic Molana that does streaming from the Discord.
Oh, okay. I have heard about Discord. I don't know anything about it. I guess I'm gonna have to getting into that to learn about it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I hear about it that it's kind of like a chat room. It's kind of like a chat room where people call in. From my understanding, I don't know anything about it, but that's what I thought. What I think it is. It's kind of like Twitter. What is called Twitter Spaces. It's something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to see if I can learn how to do a stream from Discord. Unfortunately, in order to join the panel, you'll have to have a Discord account, and I don't know how to like give extend invitation. So that I'm gonna have to reach out to people like Magic or The Future is Golden.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
But,
that could be something to check out. Yeah.
Yeah, but would you believe today I had to turn on my air conditioning a little bit?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
no, I actually had to turn on my AC briefly.
Mm-hmm. No,
Because
well, I mean, it's not that down here. It's still not cold, which is something that I'm grateful for. But I don't have to turn on the AC, so I like it.
right now it's 60 degrees, so it's technically summer.
That's not no. That's chilly. That's chilly. That's chilly. Mm-hmm.
How could that be chilly? 60 degrees. That's not chilly. That's summertime.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. So you don't want to become a member of the Golden Spear?
Nope. we have already talked about it, Don Jose. No. I don't want to be I don't want to be exposed to that cold. I'll get sick. I'm an islander. I need tropical weather. That's my thing.
Well, I'm an islander. I was born and raised in the island of Manhattan.
No, that doesn't count. I'm talking about tropical weather, actual tropical weather, not a misplaced island close to the North Pole.
We're nowhere near the North Pole.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
It's different. I can only imagine.
But the good news is that they're talking about this winter will be nice and cold.
Well, it can be nice and cold for you up there. It doesn't have to be like that down here.
I mean, could you imagine if I could make Texas into a ski resort?
Texas, no, ew, no. You will force me to move out of here. I don't want to have to do that.
Oh,
I don't want to have to.
You were
Yeah.
You don't have to move. You can just adapt. That's all. And just just
No,
just wear like a light jacket when it gets to be 10 degrees outside.
no, no. I can't do that. Can't do that. It's too cold. Too cold. Too cold. Nah, I'll get sick. Stop it.
How can I don't get sick?
Because you're Mr. Freeze, Don Jose. What else? Nah.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything in your mind that you would like to talk about?
Well, I mean, it's just that I've been looking around on what they call the YouTube streets, and there is all of this imagery or whatever it is that we're supposed to believe when it comes to changes in dating and relationships. How supposedly, allegedly, there are certain members of our opposite gender that are supposed to be realizing that the whole thing about being strong and independent doesn't really work long term, because at first, maybe when they're younger, yeah, that could be a thing, but eventually um, one can get tired. One can get tired of having to do everything themselves, and that's when they can see the value in companionship. So basically, that's like the only thing that I have been seeing, and the earlier that they can realize that the better. I mean, no playing games, because it doesn't benefit anyone. We sure as hell don't want to be with somebody of the opposite gender that is into playing games and things like that. Like, nah, not interested. I might as well stay by
Yeah.
myself. I can be by myself, but
But you
I
know
don't
what?
want.
But you know
I
what?
want the companionship. Hmm.
But you know what gets me? What gets me is this. Now, if you are a lady and you have made the determination that you want to be single and stay by yourself and be a boss chick, that's fine. What that
Yeah,
means is you got to deal with all the decision and all the responsibility that comes with it, which means everything is on you, whether it be paying your bills, whether it be taking care of things around the house and what have you. Unfortunately, what happens is these same boss chick ladies, after a
mm,
while, they come to realization that they need a man, but yet they're too stubborn, too pig-headed, too whatever to admit that they were wrong.
yeah. Yeah, and we're not talking about a particular demographic either, because you can find videos of these of white guys that are doing the same thing. They're not dealing with women here in the United States, and they're having their passports. Many of them already have the passports, and they are already traveling, and they are looking for options outside of the United States. And that's something that women really need to be concerned with. I mean, because the whole notion that they're gonna be doing all by themselves, that's just not that that's a non-starter. That's not sustainable.
But you know what I think is the problem is this is that certain women are upset about the fact that they cannot get away with doing their ish without taking
Hmm.
accountability for their actions, and the fact that you have men that can go overseas and to find a relationship with someone over there because that's
Yeah,
competition.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, mind you, not all American women are like this. So I don't want anyone to think that we believe that. Unfortunately, you have some who think that way.
No, I mean you have to make disclaimers all the time. Like, come on now, let's let's think a little bit. I mean, we're speaking on semi general terms. And as I say, semi, because hopefully it's not the majority.
Well, remember when I did my stream regarding toxic femininity earlier this year? How many times I
No,
had to
I don't
make the
really.
same disclaimer?
Sorry about that. I don't really see it like that. In toxic femininity, I do believe in toxic feminism. That I believe in, but femininity, there is some. I don't know because femininity cannot become a bad thing. I just don't see it that way. Calling it toxic femininity, it could sound just like dark femininity, because dark femininity is kind of like femininity that has an agenda behind it, that is kind of deceitful, the deceitful femininity. So that's kind of
Yeah,
like, it will be more akin to that.
yeah, but I made it perfectly clear that I was referring to women who are toxic. I was not
Mhm.
referring to a particular ethnic group. And
No, no,
even though
no,
I
no.
made
I'm thinking about that.
and even though I made this disclaimer, I don't know how many times. Unfortunately, you had some people in the audience that got a little triggered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's what happens. I mean, when you come across topics like that, or you talk about what was the original, what was the original concept of feminism, people get insulted, people get upset. No matter how many times you make the disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, you have people who are hypersensitive.
Well, that's the problem, really. That's the problem. There is nothing that we can do about that. I mean, especially if they're adults already. I mean, they're gonna have to unscrew themselves and understand that being overly sensitive is not gonna be. There is nothing to it. There is not gonna be, like, what's the deal with that? What's the goal into being hypersensitive? Like, get into the real world. Get in the real world. Live in the real
Oh,
world. The
you
real
have
world
certain
doesn't care about
individuals.
their feelings. Mhm.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you have certain individuals of both sexes,
Mhm.
okay, that do not believe in accountability, do not have a thick skin, that they're hypersensitive, and anything that they say that's offensive. And we have seen it so many times in these YouTube streets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And and we have seen it on my platform. Okay. Or to the extent that people have to be blocked, and that's why I have to use the subscriber mode, because you have people who troll, who get very disrespectful. Okay, so you have to do what you can to try to maintain a safe environment for people to share their views.
Mhm. Right.
So yeah. Well, hopefully, Joaquin um, do more streams on a regular basis, because what's a problem is when you do live streams sporadically, it makes it hard for you to get the subs unless you're really ratchet.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But one person I noticed have not done any streams in a long time, Morena.
Uh, I don't know. Well, I mean, she's busy with her stuff, with her things, and I
That's true.
suggest that to her. Actually, I suggest that to her all the time. But, well, if eventually she can make it, that would be great. I
Yeah,
just hope she
it's
doesn't do
under.
that too late in the evening. So, yeah.
Well, remember the reason why she does that is because she doesn't want to conflict with other YouTube creators because she
Mhm.
does follow other people. She'll be on my platform, she'll be on your platform, she'll be on Rakim, she'll be on Latin Spinini, and she'll also be on Fighter's channel as well.
Mhm. Right.
By any chance, did you get a chance to chat? Did you catch Radical's last stream?
And I understand that he did that on. You're talking about the one on Friday? Yeah, yeah. I was
Uh,
able to check some of it.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, well, all I can say about that individual, bless his heart. That's all. But now I want to let you know that I do plan to do a stream completely in Spanish on Sunday, November the 16th.
Oh yeah. Oh, good, good. All right.
Now, now I just need to think of a good topic to engage in. I mean, one of the problems is when I do a stream in Spanish, the audience is less because not everyone speaks Spanish. So I mean,
Hmm. No, I
that's a
understand. That's
problem.
something that you might want to take that into consideration. I mean, if it's not worth it, I understand. I mean, if people don't show up for a stream in Spanish, then okay. I mean, it will be nice, but if you're not going to have an audience, the thing is that is to have an audience. So it will be understandable if you don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well. The fact of the matter is, this might be the last stream that I do because the problem is, um, you don't get much of an audience. Basically, the only ones that would appear on those streams in Spanish would be you and Don Armando. I mean, no one else. I mean, there's certain people that have not been on my stream for over 2 months,
Hmm. Hmm.
and only they know why. Okay, and you know, they're more than welcome to appear. If they choose not to, that's their choice.
Yeah, yeah.
But is there anything else that's on your mind?
No, no. Just I'm taking in this last few hours of our Sunday before having to log off. Since I do have to get up early, I have to get up very early and go out there and try to get it out of the mud, as they say. So yeah, no, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. Maybe sometimes I find being able to clear my head and not think about anything is a matter of peace. Being at peace is important. So sometimes I can clear my head, and that's something that many women don't understand. That a man can clear his head and not think about anything at all. and and maybe that's what I'm doing. No, no, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm cool. So
Okay. Well, I think what we need to do is we'll start to wrap this up. If anyone wants to join the stream briefly, the link is there. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wrap this up because I've been on for almost 3 hours.
yes, I see it.
And I'm sorry, I'm not doing 8, 9, 10 hour marathons. I mean, I think it's as funny as I can be. No one wants to listen to this old fart talk that long. So
Uh,
what we're gonna
yeah, I'll
so
say that.
yeah. So do you have so what is your final remarks if you wish to make?
Well, I mean, I know that I came in rather late. I was dealing with something else, but I still wanted to take a little bit of time and show you some support. So, Don Jose, I appreciate you letting me on your panel. Um, it was whatever little we were able to talk about, that was good. And basically, because I'm kind of like in my relaxed mode, basically I don't have anything else on my mind. And I appreciate you letting me on your panel. And I thank you, appreciate it. And that's all. That's all. That's it. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to let you know what's coming up regarding the you know tomorrow. I'm gonna like I said tomorrow I'm gonna be talking about why I don't observe Halloween at
Mm-hmm.
6:15 Central Standard Time. Also Wednesday I'm gonna be talking about common reasons why people don't vote. And
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, I'm going to be doing open discussion. And actually, I'm not doing a string on Friday because Magic Mulava is going to be doing a string regarding uh, the mixed community interactions with the Latino community. So I'm going to participate. First of all, thank you very much, Don, Ramon, for stopping by. I always appreciate uh,
Mm-hmm.
your point of view, okay? And I'll be looking forward to whenever you do a stream. And yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I was just asking. You said that it was Magic Mulata who's having an upcoming stream.
Yes,
Okay, okay. Because I think that I have tried to look for her, and because I would like to listen in at least on that live stream that you're talking about. So
yes,
maybe
she has a
later
blog.
on you can send me a link, because I would like to listen in.
Okay, I would, I will do that. She has been on my platform a couple of times, and I've been on her platform, and she, she's a very articulate young lady. I mean, she's only like in her late 20s, but she's
Hmm.
into a lot of like trying to deal with reconciliation within the golden spear because there is um, a lot of conflict involved. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
people have like this, this conception that there's drama in the golden spirit. There's drama in every group. Okay, so but unfortunately, you know, because of one or two, people on the golden spear, kind of create and put everyone in the same light. And I just wanted to say that not everyone is the same way. So
Right.
I'll send you the link. And
Okay.
that being said, I just want to thank everyone who appeared on the chat. I'm not going to start naming everyone because if I do, I'm going to forget someone and someone's going to get upset at me. And I do appreciate the fact that we had Dentro República and Donna Mondo um, on the panel. So that being said, I just going to close by saying, let's be good to one another and each other. And this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And I wish everyone a good night, have a blessed week, and peace.
Thanks for having me.
And good night, Reese. Okay, if I can tell us end the stream. Ugh.